Hello, everybody. Welcome in. How's it going? MeMatt here, obviously. Who else would be doing this video? I'm here to teach you guys how to make eggies for my second ever Egglocke. We're actually almost up to a year anniversary of the last time we did our Egglocke, which was a huge success with Pokemon Volt White 1. We're going to be doing it this time around on Pokemon Renegade Platinum, which I'm super excited about. As it is a Drayano game that I've already beaten on stream, but I've never done it with hardcore rules, and I've never done it with an Egglocke, so I'm really excited to actually get to try that and beat it with you guys. Essentially, that's kind of the thing I really like about these Egglocks, is they feel like they are big community things. It feels like we're all beating it together with Pokemon that you guys submitted. And I'm really excited. I love doing them, and I hope this one's as big as a success as the last one was, and I hope we get that W. So I'm gonna spend a little bit of time here today. I'm gonna show you guys how to make eggs, but first I want to run down the rules. Last time I did an Egglocke, I allowed people to send in 5 eggs. I think this time I'm gonna do 3. Our community is much bigger than it was last time, and I'm assuming that there's a lot of people that are going to want to send in eggs. I think 3 gives us a good opportunity for people to get their eggs hatched and get their eggs seen. So I'm very excited to see what eggs we can get and see who sends in what, because I have a feeling that some people are going to send me heat and some people are going to send me some memes, which I am here for both. The nice thing about Renegade Platinum is if you think you're pranking me by sending me in a Love Disc or a Lediba, joke's on you. Those are actually pretty good mons in this game, as their abilities have been changed. They've gotten new ability scores and new movesets and stuff like that, so there are a lot of viable mons. I do ask that no legendaries and no Pokemon that can't be hatched in eggs get sent, so no Dittos and stuff like that. A lot of the Pokemon that cannot hatch from eggs, I don't think we'll be allowing. So yeah, no legendaries, no mythicals, no Dittos, things like that. I guess like Manaphy technically counts because you can hatch Manaphy from an egg, but I don't think you can evolve it into a Manaphy, so that's a little bit of a weird instance. So might as well just include that in on the list unless you guys really want me to have one. Also, when making the eggs, we're going to focus on only giving starting moves and egg moves, which is really fun to look up, and I will show you guys how to do that in a second. Fourth, if anybody feels a little like overwhelmed with this whole process or just doesn't have the time to do it but wants to send in 3 eggies, just DM I am 3 Wolves or Nate, who you'll see is one of my mods, Draco. They've offered to make eggs for people, and I think that having people make eggs as well gives us a good opportunity to just get as many Pokemon as possible. Some people have been asking too. The last time we did one of these, people were able to give bits and subs to hatch more eggs. I don't think I'm going to be doing that this time around. I think I'm going to come up with performance-based incentives. So I think we'll do some for the community as well as some for the MeMatt. So if I can beat a gym or beat a gym deathless, we'll hatch a new egg, and that'll be really cool. And last, we're just going to send all eggs to ttvmemat@gmail.com, and I think things will go really well from there. So first things first, go ahead to Google and just type in PKHex. This is the program that we're going to be using for Gen 4. It's a very streamlined thing. You're just going to download file here, and then when you download file, your WinRAR comes up and tells you they want money. But remember, WinRAR's free, or it's not after a certain amount of time. I'm not 100% sure what 8's meme is. You want to know what is free always? 7-zip. That's what we should be using. But yeah, you're going to extract this. You're just going to extract this file. You're going to launch it as you would, because it's just an executable file. And then this will pop up. So when this pops up, it's going to look very different than what I have here. it is going to look, actually, I'll run you through this. We're just going to reset it. It's going to look like this, and you're going to be like, whoa, that looks weird. That's not a Gen 4 mon. So what you're going to do is you're going to go into options, you're going to go into settings, and you're going to scroll down, and you're going to find platinum, and then you are going to exit out, and this whole thing is going to change. And the reason this whole thing is going to change is because we need to save these Pokemon as Gen 4 Pokemon. If you save them as a Gen 8 Pokemon, it won't transfer over, and it'll be a little confusing. Second thing you're going to do, figure out what Pokemon you want to send MeMatt. I'm going to send myself, I'm not going to be using this one, but I'm going to send myself a Mareep. Because Mareep's my favorite Pokemon, and I feel like it's the best Pokemon that I could use to demonstrate how to do this. So what you're going to do, I always go to PokemonDB.net for these things because it has a very concise list of like movesets and stuff like that. But if you just want to Google Mareep Gen 4 Learn Set, and then you can either go to I would either use Bulbapedia or PokemonDB. You go in, I always click on Platinum, even though the movesets have changed in this game. It still gives a very good idea of what moves you're allowed to use. So all you're gonna do, we're gonna change species in Pokemon. We're gonna change the species in PK Hex. It's gonna change to this. You guys are gonna want to click on nickname here. This is super important. If you want to click on nickname, we'll name it Floofer for just an easy use. Next thing you're gonna do, just leave it at level 1. Pokemon hatch at level 1 with zero experience. So we're gonna leave it as that. Then you can go ahead. You're gonna change the nature. If you're unfamiliar with natures are confusing, you could look up a natures chart. Just go to Google, type in Pokemon natures, and you'll see a little chart of like what goes up, what goes down. If you're unfamiliar, you could just leave it as a hardy nature. That is a neutral nature. It's not going to affect the Pokemon in any way. It's just going to be a hardy Pokemon. But if you do want to change natures, you can go ahead and give it a beneficial nature, or I guess a hindering nature if you want to get a little trolly. But I'm going to go ahead. We'll throw out modest nature. If you're unsure what the nature is in PK Hex 2, just highlight it here and it'll tell you. See, if I hover over it, it says special attack up. Physical attack down. So we're gonna have a special attacking Ampharos when all's said and done. The next thing is held items. Held items are a little important here. I do want to touch on held items. Held items, if the Pokemon evolves using an item, feel free to include a held item. The held item will be on the egg. I just have to remember to take it off before we hatch it, or else we lose it. But so say you want to send me a Scyther and you want that boy to be a Scizor, you just send it to me with a metal coat, and then I can use that to make it a Scizor immediately. Or like if you send me an Eevee and you really want it to be a Flareon, you can give me a Firestone. If it's an evolution item, feel free and attach it, and we'll go from there. If it's not an evolutionary item, don't send me like a magnet or a Zap Plate or a Master Ball, or because the list of held items, you can put anything. You can put like you could put berries on there, which will get all the berries, we'll get all the plates, we'll get everything like that. Don't worry about that. Stick to evolutionary items, which even are in abundance in this game, but if you want me to have it like right away and you don't want to wait for you know, your Vaporeon, just include the Water Stone and we'll go from there. Next up is the ability. So interesting things with the abilities. Mareep is pretty straightforward, is it has static for both of its abilities. I'm going to be including this Pokemon changes document, which includes ability changes and stuff like that. So if you go and you look for, say somebody wanted to send me a Togepi, if you go look at the Togepi, you'll see its old abilities are Hustle and Serene Grace. In this game, they've been changed to Serene Grace and Super Luck. If you mess up and you give me Hustle, is the ability, I think it auto-corrects to Serene Grace. I don't think the programming will let it be an incorrect nature. So I think it auto-corrects, which we will get lucky. Be careful, though, because in this, if you give me Serene Grace, I believe it becomes Super Luck. So if you want me to have Serene Grace as a Togepi, you have to give me Hustle, not Serene Grace. It's a little confusing, but the documents are super important. So I apologize for that much. We are going to be including the documents. If anybody has any questions, reach out to Nate or Three Wolves. They'll be able to walk you through. But like I said, Mareep is easy. It has static. We give it static. Do not touch this button. Do not touch Friendship. Friendship is a stat that affects egg hatching. If you max out Friendship, I won't be able to hatch the egg. If you leave Friendship at 0, I'll be able to hatch the egg in 0 steps. I'll be able to take 1 step and the egg hatches. So I know that 1 is more than 0. Song, thank you for correcting me on a YouTube video. I can just hear you feverishly typing in the comment section about that one. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to click is an egg, and then a little egg icon appears here. Pokemon egg. This Mareep's going to come in an egg. Infected and cured status means that it's going to have Pokerus. If you really want to give me Pokerus, that's fine. It's not going to, at the end of the day, it doesn't really like change too much for the game. Set your origin game to Pokemon Platinum, and then you can put literally, I guess, anywhere in the game, wherever you want me to be from. You can even make it an event Pokemon. To make it easier, you could also just click Fateful Encounter, and I think that changes it. Met level, you're going to want to change to 1. And then met date doesn't really matter, although if you want to be real fancy and real heckin' cute, you can go ahead and we'll go into the year of our Lord 2022, August 22nd. We'll set it as the met date. We'll set the met date for the day of the Egglocke starting, and I think that would be really neat. I don't think you have to change the egg met conditions at all, because this date's going to override all that. I think that should be fine. If I do run into an issue, we'll try to correct. So this is where things get a little strange. I know the stats and everything with Pokemon are a little weird. If you want, you can go through and you can give me 31 IVs and everything. If you don't want to do that and just set all those to 31, which is the max that they can be, you just hit random a couple times until you see like, hey, that's a pretty good IV spread. We'll run with that. Like, that's a pretty good Pokemon. I wouldn't be too upset if that was our Mareep. So you could do that. If you really want to get crazy, EV training is going to be a little difficult into a certain point, and in this game I am going to be fighting trainers with Pokemon that have EVs. So if you want to help out and give me EVs, you can set them the way you want, or you can just hit randomize EVs, and I'll be leveling up with EVs and everything like that. If you don't understand them at all, just hit randomize a couple times until you're like, hey, those numbers look big or nice or, you know, mean. But if you leave them at 0-0, especially the IVs, we're going to have a very, very hard time. So at least randomize the IVs. You can leave the EVs blank if you really want. Worst case, you set everything to 31 here. 510 is the max you can have here, so just set like one of them to 252, another one to 252, and we just move on. You guys know what to do. There'll be some people, again, if you have any questions, reach out to Three Wolves, reach out to Nate. I want to leave all of these a surprise, so I don't really want to be part of a lot of the egg making process. So next thing you're gonna do, this is super important. These are the moves that we're gonna get. Mareep, as you can see over in our corner, over in our document here, learns Tackle and Growl at level 1. You can go ahead and you can give me Tackle and you can give me Growl. Boom, super easy. The next thing, the reason we're bringing up Pokemon Database is because all Pokemon learn things called, well, most all Pokemon learn things called egg moves. And this, you could give me like really fancy moves. Mareep doesn't learn anything super fancy, but if you want to give me like Reflect and Body Slam, this is going to tell you that like, hey, you're wrong. You're not wrong. Don't worry. Ignore these. Like, Mareep doesn't get that at level 1. It, for some reason, doesn't realize it's an egg. The next thing you can do, if you want to change your trainer ID, you just go in, you just set it to MeMatt. or whatever your name is. You can make it this, you can make it this. It doesn't matter because once I hatch it, I become the original trainer, or the official trainer. So all we do, we just save Pokemon. You're gonna save Pokemon wherever, save your Pokemon wherever it goes, and then yeah, you go ahead and email me. I'll bring that up again at ttvmemat@gmail.com. And you're gonna send 3 eggs over. I put them in the game, and we're gonna look pretty dang great. So yeah, thank you guys. If you have any questions in general, feel free to ask. If you need any clarifications on things, go for it. If it comes to like technical Pokemon stuff, again, Woofs and Nate can go ahead and answer questions with that. But if you're like, hey Matt, I'm having trouble understanding something, I can do like a little bit of a walkthrough too on the Discord. Just let me know. Let me know. It'll be easier for you guys. But we got 2 weeks. We got 2 weeks to get as many eggies as we can. We can accept eggs after the entire Egglocke starts. I can still put eggs in, but I'd like to have as many eggs as possible when it comes to hatching eggs in the Egglocke. So yeah, thank you guys so much. I will see you, oh, well, whenever I'm streaming, I will see you. We'll talk about this probably tomorrow morning, because I'm recording this Sunday afternoon before before I go live. So yeah, I will see you guys. I love you guys. Remember, believe in the MeMatt that believes in the UMatt, because I believe in the UMatts that believe in the MeMatt. And I can't wait to have another amazing Egglocke with you guys. Thank you so much. Goodbye.